Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. That's it for today's video. The beer's courtesy of Caleb. Thanks so much, Caleb. I really appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. So I'm really excited for this because I love New Glarus. Love New Glarus. And I especially love their fruited beers. And this beer has fruit in it, and I've never had it before. So you can see why I'm excited. So I actually looked up how to pronounce it. According to Google, it's just pronounced Currant. I've heard people say Currant, so I think maybe myself included, we're trying to overpronounce the word. But Black Currant 2020. I think I will read this side just because I don't know anything about this beer other than apparently it has black currants in it. So maybe there'll be some tasting notes, whatever. The ruby jewel of forest fruit demanded 5 weeks of frigid cold before bursting forth in summer sun. Brewmaster, it's such tiny font. Breweries, us beer nerds, we're getting a little older, and our eyesight, not what it used to be. Brewmaster Dan's Black Currant Ale originates with American barley and wheat to anchor his exuberant addition of luscious black currant. The taste explosion of the acidic tart currant berries is reminiscent of seeded black grapes and raspberries. Yeah, I've definitely gotten a lot of grape notes in beers that have currants in it. Heady fruit notes of Cascade hops. Oh, interesting. Coupled with the earthy tradition of spalt hops. Expect to pour a deeply dark and intensive brew. Your tasting experience will be enhanced when Black Currant 2020 is served cold. This is served at... This was actually in my 55 degree fridge, so maybe they meant it to be colder, but again, I didn't read the side till just now, so I didn't know that. Wow, look how beautiful this is. Oh my God. Oh my God, look how dirty my glass is. This beer is as beautiful as that glass was dirty. Ugh. That's embarrassing. To the entire beer community watching this, this is embarrassing. So, obviously it's the black currants making it look like this, but it kind of reminds me of like beet red. Wow, that is, or like the liquid almost looks like blood. It's so rich. Wow. And the head gets a little bit of like a nice reddish pink hue. Oh my God, that is beautiful. It's a nice lacing. No real legs. I don't know the ABV of this. I think that's a little bit of pectin stuck to the side of the glass as well. Wow. Okay. All right. I think it's crystal clear how excited I am to try this beer. But first, I have to smell it. Ooh. That does have a nice sour where you could see how it'd be a little acidic. Wow. And yeah, if I was doing this blind, I that raspberry, like they're saying, like, you know, what they say, black grapes specifically, and raspberry, really strong raspberry. If I was doing this blind, I probably would be like, yeah, I think this is like a raspberry beer. It's not quite vinaigrette, but like this, like if you like a raspberry vinaigrette, you like some of that acidity with the fruitiness. This smells like that in beer form, but again, that makes it sound like it's not that vinegary, don't get me wrong. Jammy, this is a sweet, actually, it's more grape jam than like raspberry. So yeah, grape jelly. Wow, that's phenomenal. And a little bit of earthiness. So like, it's not just this acidic, fruity, you know, drink. It's got a little bit of this earthy note. Again, like the look of this beer was enough to have me like super excited. I love that aroma. Okay, I don't know why I'm wasting time. Let's get into this glass. Cheers. Thanks again, Caleb. Oh my God. Oh. Oh my God. Wow. that hits you just enough in the cheeks. So much of that fruit. And you know what? A beer like this, because of the acidity, some of the sour notes, for me anyway, it needs that fruit. I did this second from the box that Caleb sent. I did the research and development, the R&D one, first, and I liked that beer actually quite a bit. But it had some fruity notes from the base beer itself. It didn't have any fruit added. But for my personal preference, if the beer is sour, I want fruit added to it. And that one did a good job of having some fruity elements. But this speaks to me more. This is more my personal preference. Yeah, grape juice. Man, I swear to you guys watching this, it's not because I read it. The raspberry, it is wild how much raspberry taste you get in a beer that does not have any raspberry. Wow. I get the grape, but to me it's the raspberry show. Wow. But yeah, like I was saying, like not vinegary, but if you like those flavors paired together, this is a beer for you because you get some of a certain amount of acidity, obviously some sourness with that fruitiness. Yeah, there's a little bit of grape jelly. Man, again, just look how beautiful it still looks in the glass. Just a beautiful beer. A little bit of that earthiness comes through, like I got in the aroma. It lingers. The fruitiness is what kind of lingers. I'm kind of, licking the inside of my mouth. And so the flavor is finally gone. So, decent length of the aftertaste. But there's still like a little residual, just like pucker sourness. So I love like Sour Patch Kids. I love the sour and the sweet, as a combination. So this is definitely that beer. And hitting that balance exactly how I want it. Again, personal preference kicks in with anything. But for me, a little bit of red wine too, which is nice. I don't know if someone who's like, I don't like beer, but I like red wine. I don't know if they'd like this beer, but there's a little bit of there's like some overlap if this was a Venn diagram with a red wine. So maybe that could be a gateway for some people. But anyway. I was going into this thinking I like it. As I said at the top of the video, New Glarus, how they handle fruit, I'm a big fan of. But this hit even harder than I thought it would. This is phenomenal. I don't see an ABV. I just caught there is some markings on the side, but it doesn't appear to be any sort of ABV. So I don't know what the alcohol is on this. I would guess around 5%. But yeah, this is fun. If I can find it, I'll put in the description box below, or if Caleb's or anyone else is watching who knows, feel free to put in the description or in the comments below. Speaking of the comments below, have you had this beer before? Have you had a beer that had black currants in it that you remember and you're like, yeah, I want to tell you about it? Anything, everything, comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untappd. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.